You never forget the moment it happens. 1 second you are just playing for fun. The next second something clicks deep inside you, a spark you did not see coming. A feeling you cannot explain. It is quick, it is quiet, and it changes everything. It usually happens in the first few minutes. A small win, a flashing screen, a perfect sound that hits the brain at the perfect time. Your heart jumps before your mind understands why. The casino does not need you to win big. It only needs that one moment where you feel a rush you did not expect. Every casino insider knows this moment. They watch it happen every night. The shoulders lift, the eyes widen. The breath gets short for a second. That is the moment a regular player is born. Not an addict yet. But the door has opened. It feels harmless. It feels exciting. It feels like a gift. But it is not an accident. The machines are built to hit you with a wave of emotion before you even understand the game. A wave strong enough to make you want more. Most players think the addiction starts after months. Insiders know the truth. It starts in seconds. Right there in that first unexpected rush. But that was only the beginning. Because the next moment is even more powerful. Every casino employee will tell you the same thing. The most dangerous moment for any new player is not the first loss. It is the first win. That first unexpected payout flips a switch in your brain. You feel lucky. You feel chosen. You feel like the machine sees you. And that feeling is exactly what the casino counts on. Insiders call it the trust moment. A few flashing lights. A handful of credits. A simple sound effect that hits your nerves like a reward you have earned. You were not expecting anything, and suddenly the machine gives you a gift. You did nothing special. You pressed a button. And you were rewarded. Psychologists call this a reinforcement hit. It teaches your brain one simple message. Do it again. Ex-dealers have watched this thousands of times. A casual player walks in with no real plan. They hit a small win early. Their posture changes. Their breathing changes. They sit up straighter, convinced something is working in their favor. They think they have a chance now. They think the machine is warming up. They think they are different from everyone else. But here's the part most people never notice. That first win is designed to be perfectly timed. Not too big, just big enough to excite you. Just small enough to make you want more. It is a psychological invitation to continue. And most people accept it without even knowing they did. Have you ever felt that moment? That early hit that made you want to keep going? Because the next moment players fall into is far more powerful. And it was engineered decades ago to keep you spinning long after you plan to stop. Ask any ex-dealer what really pulls people in, and they will point to one moment. The near miss. It is the moment you almost hit something huge. 2 jackpot symbols lock in. The third one slows down. Your heart stops for half a second. And then it lands one spot above or below where you needed it. You did not win, but it feels like you almost did. And that feeling is more powerful than a real win. Scientists studied this and found something wild. The brain reacts to a near miss almost the same way it reacts to a win. Dopamine spikes. Your pulse jumps. Your focus tightens. It feels like you're close to something important. Ex-casino techs say near misses are not accidents. They are part of the rhythm of the machine. Moments designed to trigger hope. Moments meant to keep you in the seat just a little longer. Picture this. A player sits down for a quick session. They are not planning to stay long. They hit a few losing spins. Then suddenly, that almost jackpot moment hits. The entire mood changes. Their nerves wake up. Their hands tighten around the button. Now they want to see what happens next. Near misses make you believe the machine is warming up. They make you think the jackpot is circling you. They make losing feel like progress. And that is the dangerous part. Because once a player gets hooked on almost, they stop chasing wins. They start chasing feelings. And the next moment in that chain is even more powerful. It is the moment when players stop noticing the world around them. There is a point in every casino session where the world around you quietly disappears. You do not notice it happening. That is what makes it dangerous. Insiders call it the trance. Players call it getting in the zone. Psychologists call it dissociation. Whatever name you use, it feels the same. Time slows down, noise fades, and the machine becomes the only thing you are focused on. Casinos design this moment with purpose. The lights flicker in soft patterns. The sounds hit a rhythm your brain starts syncing with. The screens move with smooth, hypnotic motion. Spin. Stop. It becomes its own kind of heartbeat. Most players think they are relaxed. But what is really happening is far more intense. Their attention narrows. Their awareness shrinks. They stop tracking how long they have been sitting. Minutes feel like seconds. Losses feel smaller. Wins feel sharper. Ex-dealers say they can spot the trance instantly. The blank stare. The steady breathing. The slow hand moving to the button again and again. These are the players who will not hear their name called. They will not notice someone walking behind them. They barely even see the screen. They just feel it. This trance is not an accident. It is built into the machine. The pace of the reels, the color combinations, the sound loops that reward your brain even when nothing happens. It is all designed to keep you from thinking too clearly. Because when you are calm, you walk away. When you are focused, you manage your money. But when you are in the zone, you forget the rules you walked in with. And forgetting the rules leads to the next stage. A moment every insider warns about. A moment that changes the entire night. Everyone walks into a casino with rules. A budget, a limit, a time frame, a promise to themselves. And insiders agree on one thing. The moment a player breaks their first rule is the moment everything changes. It usually starts small. You told yourself you would only spend a little. But you are down faster than you expected. You do the quick mental math. Just one more 20. Just one more spin. Just a little more time. It feels harmless because you convince yourself it is temporary. Ex-dealers say this moment is the turning point. The shift from control to emotion. The moment the game stops being entertainment and becomes something else. You are no longer playing for fun. You are playing to get even. You are playing to undo a mistake. And that is when the machine has you exactly where it wants you. Casinos know this pattern well. They see it every night. A player loses a little. They hesitate. They look at their wallet. Then they sigh and sit back down. That sigh is the sound of a rule breaking. Once a player breaks one rule, the rest fall easily. You stay longer than planned. You chase a win you never cared about before. You press the button faster. You stop thinking about the exit and start thinking about recovery. There is something else insiders notice. Players tell themselves a story to justify the rule break. They say they are close. They say they deserve another chance. They say they will leave after the next bonus. But they never define what that bonus has to look like. And that is why the rule-breaking moment is so dangerous. It is not the money, it is the mindset shift. Casual players play within boundaries. Addicted players play in hope of fixing something. And the casino knows exactly how to push that hope even further. Because the next moment is engineered to feel like pure excitement. A moment that convinces players they are finally turning it around. If there is one moment that pulls players deeper than anything else, it is the bonus round. Even people who barely care about slots suddenly sit up straighter when those bonus symbols land. It feels like the machine is finally paying attention to you. Like it is giving you a chance to change the whole night. Insiders say bonus rounds are engineered with one goal. Create the biggest adrenaline jump in the shortest amount of time. The music changes. The screen explodes with color. The pace speeds up. Your heart follows it instantly. Players describe it like a burst of electricity. Even if the bonus pays almost nothing. The thrill of the moment is stronger than the actual reward, and that is exactly the point. Ex-casino techs explain why this works. Bonus rounds trigger a dopamine spike that is completely different from normal wins. It is faster. It is sharper. It hits before your brain even processes the numbers on the screen. Your body reacts first. Your logic reacts second. And for a few seconds, you feel invincible. You feel like the slot is finally warming up. You tell yourself you are close to something big. You forget how much you lost to trigger that bonus in the first place. You just know you want to feel that rush again. Casinos rely on that craving. They know the bonus round gives you hope. Hope that the next spin will be the spin. Hope that the next feature will fix everything. Hope that you are finally in the right place at the right time. But here's the twist most people never see. That bonus round rush is not the high point of the session. It is the setup. A spark that prepares the mind for the next phase. Because once the bonus ends, players feel something they do not fully understand. The balance drops. The excitement fades. And a quiet pressure begins building in the background. A pressure that leads them straight into the next trap. A moment far more dangerous than the bonus itself. When the bonus rush fades, something else takes its place. a quiet panic. A small voice in the back of your mind saying you cannot walk away like this. This is the moment insiders fear the most, because this is when players start chasing. It does not happen with a big loss, it happens with a small one. A slow drip of credits. A few unlucky spins. A balance that drops a little faster than your emotions can handle. You start thinking about how much you put in. You start thinking about how much you want back. And suddenly the goal is no longer to win, the goal is to erase a mistake. Ex-dealers say they can spot the spiral instantly. The tapping speeds up. The eyes lock onto the screen. The player leans forward as if the answer is hidden inside the machine. Every spin becomes a mission. Every loss becomes fuel. Here is the strange part. Losing does not make players want to stop, it makes them want to fix it. Your brain hates the feeling of unfinished business. Casinos count on that. They know once you start chasing, you stop thinking about the door. Players begin telling themselves stories. One more spin and I will be even. One more bonus and I'll walk out. I was close last time. It has to happen soon. But each of these promises pushes you deeper into the spiral. You are not chasing money, you are chasing relief. You are chasing the moment where everything finally resets. And the worst part is this. The longer you chase, the more you believe you can still turn it around. That belief keeps you seated long after logic has left the room. But addiction does not form in losses alone. There is another moment that hits even harder. A moment where the player stops chasing money and starts chasing something far more personal. And the casino encourages that feeling. They want you to feel comfortable. They want you to feel welcome. They want you to feel like the room is yours. Because once a player feels like they belong, they stop acting like a guest. Guests leave, regulars return. This is when the addiction pattern becomes personal, not about money. Not about luck, but about who you believe you are when you sit in that chair. There is a moment in every long casino session where something subtle changes. It does not happen fast. It does not happen loudly. It slips in quietly, like a thought you did not notice forming. You stop feeling like a visitor. You start feeling like a regular. Insiders say this is the moment the casino stops being a place you visit and becomes a place you return to. Not because of the wins, not because of the money, but because something inside the room starts feeling familiar. Maybe it is the way the staff smiles at you. Maybe it is the machine you always sit at. Maybe it is the feeling of knowing the rhythm of the place. Whatever it is, it feels like belonging. And belonging is one of the strongest hooks in human psychology. Ex-dealers talk about this moment all the time. A player starts greeting the same staff. They walk in with confidence. They say things like, my machine or my corner. They start telling stories about their past wins. Small signs, but powerful ones. At this point, the casino is no longer entertainment. It becomes part of your routine, part of your week, part of your identity. You feel understood here. You feel noticed here. You feel like the environment knows you. And the next moment takes that identity shift even further. Because once the casino sees you returning, something new happens. Someone starts paying attention to you in a way that feels special. And that moment is where the hook tightens. Once the casino notices you coming back, everything changes. Not on the machines, not on the floor, but in the way the casino begins to treat you. This is when a casino host quietly steps into your world. They do not approach everyone. Only the players who show patterns. Players who stay longer, players who return often, players who look like they have potential. A host never introduces themselves too early. They wait until the perfect moment. When you have been playing long enough for your guard to slip. When you are settled into your favorite machine. When you already feel like you belong. Then they appear, a friendly smile, a soft voice, a simple question. Are you having a good night? It feels harmless. It feels polite. But insiders say it is one of the most powerful psychological tools in the entire casino. Because the moment a host acknowledges you, the relationship shifts. You are no longer another player. You are someone the casino recognizes. You are someone they value. You are someone they want to keep. A drink coupon here, a free meal offer there. A reminder that your play has earned you points. Small gestures, but they land hard. They make you feel important. They make you feel seen. They make you feel like you matter in a place that rarely gives anything away. Ex-hosts admit this strategy openly. They are not rewarding you for winning. They are rewarding you for staying. They are rewarding you for being predictable. They are rewarding you for returning again and again. And players respond to this emotional reward more than any cash payout. People chase status. People chase recognition. People chase the feeling of belonging to a select group. Once a host has your attention, you are no longer just chasing money. You are chasing validation. You are chasing identity. You are chasing the feeling of being part of something exclusive. But there is one moment even hosts cannot control. A moment that hits after every long session. A moment that turns the entire experience upside down. And that moment is where the addiction spiral tightens the most. Because it happens when the machines finally stop, and the silence takes over. When you look back at the night, it never feels like one big decision. It feels like a chain of small moments. A tiny win that lifted your mood. A near miss that raised your pulse. A bonus that felt like a gift. A rule you broke without thinking. A chase that started without warning. A host who made you feel important. A silence that felt heavier than you expected. None of these moments seem dangerous on their own. But together, they create a path that is easy to follow and very hard to escape. That is how addiction forms in casinos. Not through pressure, not through force, but through carefully crafted moments that shape your emotions one step at a time. Insiders say the smartest players are not the ones who win the most. They are the ones who recognize the pattern. They see the trap before it tightens. They understand that the machines are built to pull them in, and they know when to walk out before the story takes over. Every player has a choice. Not in the spin, not in the outcome, but in the moment they decide to leave. If you ever feel the rush hitting too hard or the silence sinking too deep, that is the moment to step back. That is the moment you take control again. Tell me in the comments. Which moment surprised you the most, and have you ever felt one of these without realizing it? If this opened your eyes or made you see the casino in a new way, hit like, subscribe, and stay sharp out there. The smartest players are not the lucky ones. They are the ones who understand the game long before the game understands them.